Today, a great pleasure to welcome Max Haygarth to Altrincham Football Club for his first Alty TV interview. Max, you're not a brand new signing for us, although you have just signed for next season, but you did join the club towards the end of last season on a short-term deal and made one appearance as a substitute against York City in an emphatic 6-1 victory at the J. Davidson Stadium. And you're a young player with a lot of pedigree. Tell us about your career to date, right through from school.
So I started out at Manchester United, probably joined there when I was under 7s and left when I was under 18s. So spent most of my youth career at Man United. Then moved on to Brentford, made a few championship appearances and was on the bench in the Premier League as well. Sort of around the first team set up at the time, and then moved on to Northern Ireland, where I played for Linfield, which didn't really go the way I wanted it to go, but that's the way it works out sometimes. And now I've obviously signed for Altrincham, so it's time to sort of revitalise my career and get myself back up to playing at the levels that I think I'm capable of.
And what were the highlights of your time at United, because you had a long time there?
Highlights at United, it's quite a tricky one. Probably all the football tours we went on when we were younger. The opportunity to go to so many places like Singapore, Hong Kong, and play in different parts of the world was like a fantastic opportunity, and not many young kids get that. And also playing with so many talented players as well, that of some obviously gone on and made it to a really, really high level, and others haven't. But playing with such talented players was an opportunity that not many people get. So I probably say that.
When you went to Brentford, that was a club very, very much on a big upward projection.
Yeah, it was. Getting promoted was an unbelievable feeling to be a part of that squad. But with that, there was less opportunity for the younger lads coming through at the time, because they brought in a few new players. But yeah, I've nothing bad to say about Brentford. I had a fantastic couple of years there, and the boys had obviously sort of cemented themselves in the Premier League now. So I wish them all the best. So
how did you like living down in London?
Well, I lived further out in Windsor.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was good to be fair, but London, very busy. I mean, it was like war to get to work in the morning, so in that sense it wasn't great. But actually, there's a lot going on, and you're always, there's always things to do. You're never bored, so yeah, it was good experience living down in London.
And it was always going to be very competitive at Brentford, into the Premier League for the first time, and so perhaps not surprisingly, it didn't quite work out there. Tell us about your move to Linfield.
Yeah, so it didn't really work out at Brentford. It did at the start, I was sort of in and around the first team, but then, like I said, once we got promoted, it became more difficult for the younger lads. And in fairness, and to be honest, I sort of dropped off, with my personal standards, the way I was training, and didn't really seize the opportunity that I had at the time. But yeah, then I left to go to Northern Ireland and sign for Linfield, and yeah, I thought that was quite difficult, because that didn't really work out the way I wanted it to go, and I found it quite difficult, living abroad, and felt quite isolated. But I wasn't given that chance to get that momentum and play the games that I wanted to play in. So hopefully now coming to Altrincham, the manager can see that I'm worthy of having a place in that starting 11 and getting the game time that I think I deserve, as long as I show it in training.
And what is it, do you think, that is the reason that Phil Parkinson signed you for Altrincham?
I think that he's obviously seen something in me in training, and he thinks I can add hopefully some goals and some assists and put in some good performances. But I don't think he's seen he's seen everything. I only think he's seen sort of 70% of what I'm capable of. So it's down to me to show that in the games where they really count. So I'm looking forward to playing some games in pre-season and sort of showing obviously the gaffer, the rest of the boys and the fans what I can do.
And what would you describe as your main attributes as a player?
I'd say I'm quite an all-rounded player. I think I've got good passing ability, good dribbler, and also I think I'm good in front of goal. So yeah, I'm looking to add some goals and assists, and hopefully play in that 10 role, and just contribute in any way I can going forward.
And do you see yourself very much as a 10, because you clearly can play in other positions?
Yeah, I think 10's my main position. I can play on the wing, but I feel like in central areas I'm better, because I haven't got that sort of blistering pace. But then again, sometimes if I'm playing on the wing, I like to cut in on my left foot and and playing that way. But I think 10 is probably my best position. Being central and sort of trying to pick passes through the defence and get some shots off and goal.
And if you can establish yourself as the number 10 at Altrincham, then you've got some big boots to fill, because last season we were all privileged to see some fantastic goals and play from Chris Conclark that I don't think anybody who's an Altrincham Football Club fan will ever forget. Yeah, obviously big boots for Phil, like you say. But I back myself, I believe myself. He's obviously had a fantastic season, and when I saw him in training, he's a fantastic player as well. So he's obviously deserved to go on and go to a better league and a bigger club. But I'm as much as I understand that it's big boots to fill. I'm here to, I'm focused on myself, and I don't draw comparisons with other people. I'm trying to show what I can do and be the best version of me. So. And it's a great opportunity as well, because Chris has done a fantastic job, but when somebody of that calibre leaves a football club, you think, well, who's going to fill those boots? Yeah. Surprisingly, somebody comes forward. Yeah.
Well, like I say, I'll give my all for the football club, and hopefully I can show you all that I'm, as good or if not better than him. You've got to back yourself.
We'd certainly enjoy that. And you're a local lad, you live very close to the training ground at Knutsford.
Yeah, I literally live just down the road in Lower Peever, so it takes me about 5-6 minutes to get to training, which isn't bad, so yeah, a local boy.
What have you made of the National League in terms of the standard and the type of football?
It's obviously different to what I'm used to, but I think Altrincham in particular play really good football. We actually try and get it down on the floor and play, rather than just go long and play Route 1 football, if you like. So I was when I first came as well to watch Altrincham playing a game, I was really impressed by the way they try and play. So that sort of suits me in the way that I want to play. So
okay, well, Max, so it's great to see that you've got massive confidence in yourself, and that you will back yourself. And if you can establish yourself as the number 10 here at Altrincham Football Club, that would be fantastic, and I'm sure is an absolute delight to hear for Altrincham fans watching this interview. But all the very best in your time here. Yeah. Let's hope you can establish yourself in the first team in the 24-25 season, and you can help us on our journey towards the Football League.
Absolutely, yeah, delighted to be here and can't wait to get going.
Thank you.